Season 2 of Deep Rock Galactic introduces us to the Nemesis, which I genuinely believe to be the scariest enemy we've fought so far in Deep Rock Galactic. That's high praise for a robot, but I think I can get into why and explain it pretty well, and maybe you'll agree with me by the end of it. I can't really talk about the Nemesis though without talking about the other rival tech enemies that we have in the game. So I'll point to the Caretaker first, which I would argue most would think is the scariest of the rival tech, considering it is the largest. It is big old boss with a big health bar, a lot of things coming at you at once when you're fighting this thing. But the Nemesis is different. The Nemesis is worse. So, what is the Caretaker? The Caretaker doesn't do much but house a rival data vault. It hides some data, keeps it safe in a quote impenetrable shield, and when that shield is broken, the Caretaker awakens. We're not too sure much else about it. We're not sure who rival tech is. We have some theories, but I'll get into those in another video. Caretaker is giant. It is huge. It is scary. It requires a strong arsenal and requires a very good team of dwarves to take it out. The data inside obviously is very valuable. We also have the Prospector, which is another boss style enemy. Big ol' health bar and a lot of mechanics behind it. The Prospector is, in the same way that the Caretaker is a defense drone, the Prospector doesn't do much in the way of fighting. It calls its friendlies to help fight and defend it. All it does is it searches around Hoxies for data to see what they can mine, whoever this rival tech is. It goes through every nook and cranny, at least that's what the documents in-game say, and it would rather flee and run away to keep the data safe than fight and risk dying to a dwarf. Obviously, we have the turrets that are around, repulsion turrets, burst turrets, and sniper turrets. All are defensive. Everything up to this point with rival tech has been defensive to protect the data that they're hoping to collect and stop anybody, mostly bugs, dwarves, from getting that data and destroying it, removing it from their grasp, whatever they want to do. The Nemesis is different. Whoever made the Nemesis, the rival tech company, whoever that is, has designed the Nemesis specifically to kill dwarves. That's all it does. It does not have exploration purpose. It does not have data collection purpose. It is not a defensive tool. It is an offensive tool made to slaughter dwarves. Its seize and destroy protocol, its grab attack. These grabbers were made specifically to grab onto dwarves. They are the perfect size to grab dwarves, not bugs, not dreadnoughts, not anything else, specifically dwarves. Even the bugs of Hoxies, all of them, are in some way, they're animals. They are not robots, right? So they have reproductive elements, they reproduce, they defend themselves, they go out and eat. And while they're big old bugs and they're scary, we are essentially going into their home and taking their stuff. That's what we do in DRG. But they're on defense mode, and they're animals, right? They're monsters, of course, but none of them have purely attack-focused tendencies. Some of them may attack us for food, in the case of the cave leech, but none of them, and I mean none of them, do what the Nemesis does. The Nemesis specifically hunts dwarves, ambushes them, grabs them, and kills them. That's all it does. It has a mouth that opens up, grabs onto dwarves, eats them, and then that's it. Of course, that would be, without game mechanics in it to counteract that sort of thing. But the grabbing is horrendous. Whoever designed this must have taken some kind of notes from the cave leech, in that dwarves aren't very good at getting out of being grabbed. Mactera grabbers, cave leeches, trawlers, all of these things are good at grabbing. And I think if you ask most DRG players, most dwarves will tell you that those are the most annoying enemy types. Hell, there's a whole perk dedicated to anti-grab mechanics in the game. So, okay, right. It can grab us, it'll grab us, eat us, burn us, whatever it does once it has a grip. But it also has more to it. It flies. If you ask anybody what the most annoying, some of the most annoying things in the game are, shockers. Mactera swarms are terrifying because flying enemies are scary. They're hard to deal with. And yeah, the Nemesis isn't the first flying thing from Rival Tech. They have a lot of floating stuff. This one has everything else I've talked about so far. The grab attack, the fact that it is specifically designed to hunt down dwarves and kill them. It's also flying. Whoever made this knew exactly what would hunt and kill dwarves, what would cause them the most amount of stress when fighting it, and what would be the most difficult thing for them to fight. Obviously, the Caretaker's not that big of a deal for the dwarves. They tried. The Caretaker would be great for taking out bugs, dreadnoughts, etc. Not dwarves. But the Nemesis is very good at killing us. So it also has the defensive shield barrier. When you shoot at a Nemesis, it will know when it is being shot at, and it will fire a shield in your direction, blocking any further bullets from coming towards it. Shields work to a point. Obviously it needs a larger shield, but it gets the job done for what it's trying to do in protecting itself momentarily. And in the unlikely, quote-unquote, unlikely scenario that a Nemesis is killed in battle, it has a death rattle, the bombardment failsafe, where magical teleporting bombs will find a dwarf, teleport to it, and then blow the fuck up. How does it know where to go? Because the Nemesis knows what dwarves look like. From all the data we've given Rival Tech by killing their stuff, they know what we look like. And they're just learning more and more how to kill us. The Nemesis is a great way of doing it so far. I think anybody who's played much of Season 2, especially those on console, will know that this thing's tough. It's not easy, especially in the higher difficulties. But it's not impenetrable. You set it on fire, it'll die. It's not easy to do, but you can do it. It's instantly destroyed if it's set on fire. That's crazy. How the Rival Tech didn't know that would happen, beyond me. My honest opinion is that they put too much effort into preventing us from freezing it. A lot of players, myself included, if we see a flying enemy such as Mactera, Nemesis breeder, etc., my first thought is to freeze it, because if you freeze it, it falls and shatters instantly. Well, evidently the people who designed the Nemesis, whoever made it, Rival Tech, whatever your thoughts on that are, they made it possible to freeze, so we couldn't insta-kill it, but in doing so they left it weak to fire. I guarantee they won't make that mistake again. And if they do, it won't take very long before they have an enemy that we are unable to kill. There's only one of those in the game, and it's a fucking ghost. It's only one. The Nemesis is scary, and it is a sign that Rival Tech will likely never give up trying to take over Hoxie's. And if they continue with things like the Nemesis, all it has to do is grab you once, grab a hold of you, bring you close, and get rid of you like you never existed. If they keep making things like this, we're in big trouble. In the last few videos that I made, I talked about how dreadnoughts are just babies, so there's bigger things out there than the dreadnoughts. How the Brood Nexus could, in theory, duplicate a dwarf and create sentient bug dwarves that shoot back at us, or something like that. The Nemesis is scarier than all of those, because unlike the others with the dreadnoughts and the bugs, the Nemesis doesn't need to eat. All it has to do is kill. If you like this video, then leave a like, subscribe here on YouTube, and go follow me on Twitch. And I stream there pretty regularly, a lot more regularly than I post here on YouTube. I hope to make more videos like this. We're going to theorize, stuff like that. None of this is official information. This is just me going on for a little bit about something that I thought was interesting in the game. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I get to make more content like this. I look forward to doing so, and I hope to see you all in the next one. If you have any theories, of course, please leave them in the comments. I want to discuss some theories about who you think Rival Tech is. What other things are they cooking up behind the scenes? But yeah, until then, I will bid you all farewell. Bye-bye.